Hello, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, today we're doing a video which is concentrated on music. Oh my gosh, whoa. It's been a long time since I've done this, I'm not gonna lie. But getting back to the old root to this YouTube channel. When I say roots, I mean some of my videos were music, some of them were social issues, but you know, I haven't done something centered in music for a while, so here we are. What are we talking about today? Well, disclaimer, I love music, as you probably know if you've watched this channel. I literally have an app, it's called stats.fm, and it literally tracks the music that I listen to. I love buying CDs. I think I have a collection of 20 CD albums that I have now, and physical media. I just love it. I probably have now in my collection, which is literally like down there, around 60. Could be more, could be less, but it's around 60 DVDs that I actually own. So I just kind of love physical media, you know. It's banging, and you should love physical media as well. Whoever's watching, buy physical media when you can. Okay, save it, because right now streaming services just on downhill spectrum, really. I'm not gonna lie, downhill. I've been to a lot of concerts. Okay, I've seen a lot of musicians live. I say a lot, but like I've seen quite a few musicians live. Like even before COVID, I saw a few. After COVID's when I saw a lot. I used to go by myself quite a bit. The first concert I went to was with actually 3 of my friends, and then nowadays I go a lot with my girlfriend. So yeah, it's quite fun. I love live music. I just love it. I love it so much. Some of the favorite artists that I've seen live. Glaive is number 1. Okay, he's my number 1 artist, and he's the number 1 artist that I've seen live, and I love him. Got Slater, who I've seen live. Very good. Love the set. Underscores, again, seen her twice. Oh my god, banging experience. Aldin, I finally saw him live after God knows how long of begging him to come to the UK, and it was very good. Willow, I seen her live. It was like this collab with Acne Studios. I got a t-shirt from like Acne Studios of like the, you know, event basically, and it is very nice and probably very expensive because it's Acne Studios. And I saw Youngblood, and that was the first concert I went to back in 2018, I want to say, and that was with 3 of my friends, and I still got the physical ticket up there on my corkboard, so very fun. You might have seen that corkboard in one of my videos, maybe. So this all leads up to Coachella. Yes, Coachella, which is a festival in Coachella Valley where you basically see a lot of live artists in 2 weekends, and most of them play like the first weekend and the second weekend, so it's kind of like you can either choose one of the weekends. If you choose both, it's a bit, you know, you're seeing the same artists, but different things happen, I guess. So if you have the money to go to both weekends, then maybe do it, you know. But yeah, what is the history of Coachella? Well, we're going to delve into that a bit and just how it's kind of evolved a bit. So Coachella made its debut in early October 1999 with headliners such as Beck and Rage Against the Machine. Tickets costing about $50 per day. I don't know what that is adjusted for inflation, but it will appear on the screen. And it was created by Rick Van Santen and Paul Toilette, I want to say, and it's organized by Toilette's company, which is Golden Voice. Made its name by booking punk rock acts that other promoters wouldn't. And Toilette also helped the band Pearl Jam book venues during its boycott of Ticketmaster, which is a whole other situation with Ticketmaster and their monopoly on live events. So people made videos on that, so I might link some down. And yeah, so Pearl Jam and Ticketmaster had a big dispute in the early 90s, so Toilette helped them basically book events. Coachella's organisers wanted to copy the style of festivals in the UK. So like Redland Leeds and Glastonbury, in terms it would happen over multiple days with loads of different acts, all in like many different genres, all in like a weekend or 2. Basically Coachella throughout the years, it's changed a lot, okay. It used to be some kind of like, it used to be kind of like an indie festival, kind of like not really massive marketing, not massive, well, I don't know about massive acts, but like it wasn't as big as it used to be. But now it's got like loads of different genres now, you know, a lot of people who like a lot of different artists can go there. In its first like showcase, it kind of did fail a bit. It lost quite a lot of money, and nowadays, you know, Coachella 2019, it sold out in 6 hours roundabout. for both weekends as well. It went from like being relatively brand free to kind of, you know, being an epicenter for brands to get a lot of their stuff in, you know, just before the summer and stuff, so people buy their stuff. Okay. And, you know, brands have even got millions of impressions just from being at Coachella, so clearly it works. General admission started at $649 for weekend 1 and $549 for weekend 2. This was this year, so Coachella 2026. And a shuttle combo tickets cost $779 for the first weekend and $679 for the second weekend. And for VIP, it costs $1,299 for weekend 1 and $1,199 for weekend 2. You can really see how expensive Coachella is, and you know what people are paying just to be there. So it's low-key crazy, low-key, high-key crazy. Okay, so talking about, you know, brands being there and getting millions of impressions, and this is a quote, and basically it says, for example, fashion brand Revolve invites Instagram it girls to the festival and dress them in Revolve clothing. They also put them up in a hotel, create unique photo ops, and then use influencers content to reportedly generate billions of impressions in a single year at the festival. That's crazy. They dressed 416 influencers, opened up a pop-up shop for people to snap pics with and share it with their audience, and it garnered around 4.4 billion social impressions, 5 times more than H&M. 5 times more than H&M is insane. Just because they were at Coachella and were like, yeah, let's just dress up these influencers. Talking about influencers, let's talk about some of them. Or at least, you know, the ones that I've seen at the festival. I don't really know if I would classify some of them as influencers, more people who just documented what they were doing at Coachella, but yeah. I haven't really seen much Coachella content in like the past few years. Maybe it's because I've been at uni and I've been stressing hard about that, so I don't really have time to concentrate and worry about Coachella. But this year, I feel like I've seen so much more content about Coachella than I've seen in previous years. And it's not like just because I've been using more TikTok. Maybe I have, but it's just also on my feed on TikTok, on Instagram. I've seen a lot more people talk about it and like the artists and the performances and stuff. And maybe it's back, but I live in the UK, so I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe there's more UK artists in Coachella. I don't really know. But yeah, I've seen a lot more content. But yeah, that James Charles photo still lives in my head. Still lives in my head. Okay, let's move away from James Charles because, yeah, he's a sketchy person.
I just got a DM on here from a girl that said, "Good morning, James. I know you'll probably never see this, but if you could just take 1 minute to read it, would really mean a lot to me. I'm really struggling right now because Spirit Airlines just filed for bankruptcy and I have lost my job. Here's a GoFundMe link. Any donations help." I'm sure they do, sweetheart. I'm sure they do. You know what else would help you? Getting another job. Yeah, try that. Because in the time that it took you to copy and paste the same fuck-ass message to myself, who you don't follow, by the way, and probably 100 other influencers and celebrities, you could have applied for 100 other jobs, but you didn't because you're a lazy piece of shit and you're entitled. And you think that influencers and celebrities should fund your life for you.
So there was this creator, and she basically vlogged her whole time at Coachella and did this kind of like mini-series where she tracked how much she spent at Coachella each day. So obviously it's a 3-day event. So in week 1, she documents how much she spent in the festival over 3 days. And some of the prices there, insanity, absolutely insanity. So, for example, 2 beers cost her $40, $20 a beer. $20 a beer. A single burger, like a double smashed single burger, no chips, no sides, $25 with tip. Double Código tequila with soda, $36. Jesus Christ, I don't know how. So her 3-day total, basically over all of that and what she spent, was $568.35. And that was me literally having to go to the video and be like, okay, I can see the total on like the payment screen for like a few seconds. Let me use that and then what she said. So it doesn't completely match up with her total over the 3 days that she says in her video at the end, but that's the total that I figured out. So yeah, she did mention she likes to save up a lot and basically spends her money at these events, and that's what she saves up to, which is like completely fair. But consumerism has just got you by the neck. because like I just can't imagine myself spending that much money on a festival. I didn't even go to festivals because I just feel like the cleanliness there is just too much for me. I need somewhere to rest and sleep, and for like hotels nearby will just be too much, and also I'll be so tired and that'll make me grumpy. But one day I will go to a festival because I want to experience one. But like I've been watching a lot of Cara Nicole, aka the financial freedom girl, and she is very much trying to de-influence everyone from consumerism, trying to make you think of money and how to save it and stuff, and not get roped into the whole modern world of essentially just consumerism and getting you to spend money. So I want to try and save money because life is tough out here and things cost a lot of money. But yeah, shout out to her for trying to make me spend less on life and stuff and trying to save money. She also got she got this for free from a friend, but there was a $25 pizza slice. Not even like a pizza slice. And when I went to search up the price of the pizza, because it didn't say in the video, apparently it's been making people ill. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. You're charging that much for pizza and making people ill. You could, no, like, come on.
So I tried spicy pie for the first time yesterday at Coachella. Now I'm finding out that other people felt sick afterwards, and I felt so queasy afterward, and I had to go to the porta potty. So that's how you know it was really, really bad. I was so desperate that I had to go in the porta potty.
Also in her video, like the series, when she wasn't doing like the 3 days, she was like documenting her stuff and like what she was doing in between the festivals and stuff. They were using IV drip. Now, I feel like that's such like a rich influencer thing, because like IV drips to get energy. I feel like usually you might use a bit of coffee, bit of energy drinks, IV drips. Okay, small tangent. I saw a person who was doing car camping at, Coachella, and she was using a Tesla, like rented a Tesla. I just feel like dust and electronics, they don't mix well together because Coachella is very dusty. And I feel like that's just a recipe for disaster. And also, she was scared that she might be towed out because apparently the car kept on turning on every time, like, maybe the card was near or something like that. And that's such a major flaw, I feel. I think people in the comments were telling her to use camping mode, which is apparently a thing, but like apparently she said she like hid her card in like under a porta potty or something.
I rented this Tesla to go to Coachella, but we ended up having a big problem where when the key was inside the Tesla, kept turning it on and killing the battery at the festival. Coachella campground has a rule that once you're in the campground, you cannot leave with the car and come back in. So if the car died, I'd have to be towed out of the campground. But the key kept trying to kill the car. So originally I walked it across the campground and I hid it under a porta potty. Like I hid the Tesla key under a porta potty. But then eventually I decided maybe that wasn't a good idea.
Why? That's so dangerous and unsafe, but like Tesla at Coachella just seems wild to me. Anyways, there's been a lot of flack about Justin Bieber's performance at Coachella, and essentially he played songs off his laptop on YouTube while singing along and doing some memes. Now, he did sell off a majority of his catalogue, might have been all of it apart from like the albums he's made recently, for like millions, and I think that's the reason why he did that, because obviously he can't really play the songs in full or like that because, you know, you might get sued and whatever. And a lot of people, that was very divisive, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people were saying that, oh, his performance was lazy, it was like one of the worst televised performances, which I feel like might be a bit too extreme. And some people were like, he's a mastermind doing, you know, karaoke style show and basically engaging with the fans through live stream, making it like a really good experience and stuff. I think I'm on the side of it being more positive because it's a change, I guess, from the regular performances, even though like the regular performances, some of them are very good. Like I know Pink Pantheress did a very good performance. I love Nina Geraci, she is amazing. And just to actually go through some of the people at Coachella which I do like, Nina Geraci, which I just mentioned, her latest album, which I only really got into her now, amazing, I love it. Flower of Love, I've listened to a few of her songs and I think she's a very good artist and I hope the best for her. And being at Coachella, obviously a massive good thing for any artist. Pink Pantheress, oh, I've seen her live at Alexandra Palace. Oh my god, she's so good. She's so good. If you have a chance to watch her live and you like her music, please do, because honestly, she's very good. Lao Fei, I think that's how you pronounce it. I like her. She's got a very good vibe. Wet Leg, their latest album, I think it's called Moisturizer. I don't know, I'll put it on screen. But yeah, I like Wet Leg. They're very cool, very good. Their album, they had a lot of flack from their first album, I think, because people were like, oh, this is like such co-work, all that bland music. Their second album, if you thought that before, oh, it's a banger. Look, I'm telling you, absolute banger, their second album. Little Sims, love Little Sims, and Jane Remover, who I've heard a lot of good things about. And I know Underscores was also at Coachella, love Underscores. And her newest album, look, I think her Walker Socket album was very, very good. I think You is also good, but it's just not as good as Wall Socket. I just love Wall Socket, so yeah, I guess that's my hot take of today. Going back to the old, Justin Bieber performance, I really don't have an opinion. I don't need to have an opinion, to be honest, because not everything needs an opinion. But I don't know how I'd feel, because obviously I didn't pay, the £1,000 for like, camping and stuff and like tickets and whatever and food, and then go see Justin Bieber live. But low-key, if he played some of those old bangers, I would be jumping around and bopping my head, because they're just bangers. Like, sorry, it's undisputed bangers, and if you play that, I'm banging my head. Also, going back to some of the food stuff, this creator basically put like a little photo reel of like the insane food prices at Coachella, and I'm just gonna go through some of them. So Dave's Hot Chicken, I know that's popular in the United States. I don't really know if it's popular here or if they have one here. I don't think they do. But a chicken sandwich with fries for $30, and then just regular fries for $12. That's crazy. Like, I feel like that's insane. Like, you are not catching me paying those prices. And $3 for cheese as well. Okay, right, let's move on from that. Chicken strips and fries for $17.50. I feel like that is kind of like, yikes. I feel like that's pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, here we go. The spicy tuna bowl, $23. And it's just rice and like tuna with like avocado, cucumber, onions. And it's like, I really don't think it should be that much. Like, it's a bit crazy. Like, come on. Honestly, like, on the whole, I just feel like food prices, especially at Coachella, is insane. And you are not catching me essentially going for that or buying those prices. Like, it's kind of insane. I'm not gonna lie. I'm filming this also after week 2 is finished. So it's like Monday after week 2 of Coachella. And I'm hearing some good things about week 2 and how Pink Panther brought out Ninja Archie and Slater, and how Underscored had like a set in a U-Haul truck, and I'm like, whoa, I wish I was there, because that sounds insane and that sounds great. But I just feel like on the whole, I feel like Coachella is definitely a lot of like an influencer paradise kind of thing, and definitely has the market of like, if you're an influencer or someone popular on social media, you're going to go to Coachella. It's like the place to be. And I feel like a lot of the hype isn't really about, the songs or the artists or stuff. And I feel like it's more than just like brands getting themselves out there, and like as chance for influencers to vlog stuff and whatever. But like, I don't know, because obviously I'm not American, but it's just from what I see across the pond. But yeah, I just feel like Coachella might just be a weird way for some people to flex on social media, and how kind of like how the barrier of entry is so high, especially if you don't book these tickets like a year or like 9 months in advance. And just to get like a hotel and camping, the prices get insane. So I feel like prices a lot of people out from being able to see a lot of their favorite artists. Like with Renan Leeds and Glastonbury, I know it's expensive, but like I feel like the influencer-ness of it is a lot lower than like Coachella. That has been my video. This has been my first music-oriented video in a long time, so I'm excited. I was excited, I am excited about this, because fun times. But yeah, remember to like, comment and subscribe. Please, if you can, donate to my Buy Me a Coffee page so that I can buy a new webcam, because 720p is not kind of right now. But yeah, you don't have to, no pressure. But yeah, I will see you in my next video. Peace.